Welcome to another episode of the Rocky Top Rundown. I'm Hayden Flatt alongside my co-host Matthew King. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. The weather is beautiful today in Knoxville.
Yeah, and it was also a super busy weekend for Tennessee sports. Starting off, we had the Vols going down to Gainesville for their first SEC game of the season.
Yeah, we knew how bad it would be going down into the swamp. The Vols haven't won there since 2003. So we knew the challenge was in front of the Vols, and no, they did not rise up to the challenge, but this Florida team's very good. I mean, they went toe-to-toe with Alabama, 2-point conversion away from tying the game. I think Tennessee walked out probably better than they could have.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a tale of two halves for the Vols in this one, but with that being said, let's get to the highlights. So to start it off here, Emory Jones, as Florida's going to waste no time scoring, going to pass to Malik Davis. There's 4 yards. Florida's going to go up 7-0 early in this game. But Tennessee didn't come to this game for nothing, all the way down to Gainesville. Hendon Hooker is going to want something right here as he goes 15 yards, barreling over Florida defenders for a Tennessee first down. And later in that drive, Tyon Evans looking awfully slippery right there, breaking 2 or 3 tackles, is going to go to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone as people in the swamp are shocked as he's going to hit the gritty all over the Florida end zone, and Tennessee is going to tie it up. But once again, Florida wastes no time scoring as Jaice Crispin makes a 47-yard field goal, advancing Florida's lead. But there's something we have not seen all season from the Vols, and that's Hendon Hooker completing a long pass as Javonte Patton is going to find the end zone as it is awfully quiet there in Florida. Tennessee is up 14-10. And here's Tennessee's defense making a big play, getting a sack of Emory Jones. Florida's got to punt it away, but Tennessee can't score, and later in the quarter, Florida is going to run a Naquan Wright play fake into the end zone, and they're going to take the lead, and that's all the points they were going to need as Tennessee would not score again. Here we see the pocket collapsing on Hendon Hooker, and he is going to be sacked there by Zachary Carter for a loss of 3, forcing Tennessee to punt. And Florida driving again, looking to extend their lead, but not yet, as Alontae Taylor is going to strip that ball with the left arm. What a play there from him. But as we get into the second half, this is where Florida really was starting to get whatever they want. I think depth became an issue kind of for Tennessee here as even you see a double pass. Here's to Trent Whittemore to Kamora Gamble for 13 yards. Florida's going to go up 10 right there. And Emory Jones rolling out, that's just way too easy as Rick Wells is going to catch that one, 9 yards, 31-14 Florida. And I've been saying his name a lot in these highlights. Emory Jones again, he's going to run it nearly 50 yards there as Tennessee just looks gassed. And I think Emory Jones had almost 150 yards rushing in this game. As that was the common theme, Tennessee not being able to stop the rush. They take it in there. Tennessee is going to lose this game 38-14 to Florida.
Yeah, you hate to see any time Tennessee loses, but like I said earlier, there were a lot of positives that they can take away, and maybe they can bring those positives to Columbia, Missouri this weekend to take on the Tigers.
Yeah, for sure. And moving on from that, the Lady Vols volleyball team had a big SEC matchup this weekend, Matthew.
The 21st ranked Tennessee Lady Vols volleyball team defeated Arkansas in a 4-set showdown Saturday at Thompson Bowling Arena. Morgan Fingal and Ava Bell had a huge block here to force a point for the Lady Vols. Boom. Ava Bell and Lily Feltz are going to block a spike here from Arkansas, forcing another Tennessee point. And here you see Fingal is going to have a hit blocked by Arkansas, Courtney Johnson, but that ball is going to go out of bounds. So another Tennessee point here. Now Fingal and Danielle Mahaffey block, and Tennessee gets another one. Brianna Runnels blocks Arkansas ball, and it falls onto Arkansas, side point for Tennessee. Here is a block from Natalie Hayward and Danielle Mahaffey, and that goes point Tennessee. Arkansas spiked here, saved by Morgan Fingal, which helped Mahaffey spike and get a point for the Lady Vols. And here you see Fingal get a spike and seal the deal against Arkansas. Tennessee returned to the court Sunday to close out its 2-match series against Arkansas to make the Lady Vols 2-0 in SEC play. And as far as SEC play goes, they are undefeated, never lost. They will return against Auburn on Wednesday, September 29th in Thompson Bowling Arena.
Switching gears now, the number 17 Tennessee Lady Vols soccer team got its first SEC win of the season against number 13 Auburn Thursday night after over 100 minutes of play. Here in the first half, for the Lady Vols, Mackenzie George is going to try to drive down to the corner, but not quite there for the Lady Vols. A lot of defense being played here, especially early in the game, and that's true as well as the Lady Vols defense there. But, Jada Thomas wearing that one. Way to use your head there, Jada. as Auburn penalties kick does not come to fruition for them. Tennessee keeps on moving the ball, but Auburn's defense, like I said, just has way too much going for them, as there wasn't much scoring in this one until Auburn, as on a corner kick, is able to pin the ball around like a pinball machine, but they get it in there. But Tennessee would not go away. They knew this was a big game against a ranked conference opponent. And look at that shot there from Brooke Wilson, upper 90, tying the game there for Tennessee. And now a little inlet pass through the wickets, and a look what I found goal in double overtime. Lady Vols are going to win this one, a huge one against number 13 Auburn, and they are all super rowdy there as they knew how big of a game that was. Rocky Top Rundown's Josh Lane was also at the game Thursday night, and he has more.
The Lady Vols soccer team had a difficult task Thursday night. Not only would they be playing number 11 Auburn, but they would be without head coach Brian Pinsky. But if there's one thing the fiery coach has taught his team, it's to fight hard for 90 minutes.
And fight is exactly what the Lady Vols did. Despite the loss of their head coach Brian Pinsky, who was stuck in the clubhouse after taking a red card in last week's loss to Arkansas, the Lady Vols fought hard for the full 90 minutes against number 11 Auburn.
Not having him here, I think that we still brought a ton of energy.
The Lady Vols could not make anything happen for much of the night, as Auburn tested them with some stingy defense. The Tigers were the number 11 team in the nation for a reason. Behind its good defense, Auburn struck first, as Marissa Arias scored on a penalty kick in the 69th minute. The Lady Vols battled all match, but just could not get anything to go through. Finally, with under 5 minutes of regulation to play, freshman Taylor Huff came through with the equalizer for the Lady Vols in its most crucial time.
I mean, they're calling her the freshman phenom. Like, she's absolutely a stud. That's like the type of thing that we see her do every day at practice, so it doesn't really shock me.
As clutch as it was, the goal only tied the match. The Lady Vols still had to win. It took till double overtime before they pulled it off, this time off the right foot of Brooke Wilson.
She came through again with a quality finish and sealed another game winner for us.
As the fans at Regal Soccer Stadium celebrated the upset win, Wilson was mobbed by her teammates on the field.
So exciting. The dog pile at the end was insane. It's awesome to get an overtime win.
The cherry on top was Pinsky running out onto the field from the clubhouse, joining in the celebration with just as much energy as his players.
So to have him come and even bring more energy, that was awesome.
For the Rocky Top Rundown, I'm Josh Lane.
Thanks, Josh. Next up, the Lady Vols will take to the road for a 2-game road trip on Sunday. It will start as the Lady Vols head to Columbia, Missouri to take on Mizzou. Tennessee's matchup will be played at 4 o'clock Eastern.
Well, fall ball has started, and that means the windups have started over, and it's Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. The Lady Vols had a doubleheader exhibition this weekend on Saturday. Tennessee took on Pfeiffer. Here to start us off, Ashley Morgan is going to hit a pretty nice looking single here, and Katie Taylor's going to round third base and go all the way for a run. Here, Ashley Morgan is going to hit it. Is it going to go? No, not quite, but it's going to be a double. And once again, Taylor is going to score. Man, she's so fast. Here we have Taja Felder on the mound, and Riley West is going to hit a double, where Ivy Davis and Caitlin Parsons are going to score, and that's a nice, beautiful form slide right there. Now here we go. It's a missed pitch, a passed ball, and Riley West is going to score into third base. You can't let that happen in the big time. Now we have Amanda Ayala, and this ball is going to go up high and caught. Once again, Tennessee goes back to the dugout. No runs there. Now we hear Kalia Johnson is going to hit a single right here. She's going to hit a single, and that's going to drive in another run. Here we have Katie Taylor on first base. And on that ball, she's going to steal. Shows off the absolute wheels in a beautiful slide. And now we have Parsons slap. She's going to hit a nice ground ball, but they're going to take her out on first base there. The Lady Vols go on to win 10-5 and beat Louisville 20-4 on Sunday. Hayden, I know it's just fall ball, but the Lady Vols are looking good already.
Yeah, no kidding. It is early, only the fall, but Karen Weekly has really shown that there's a lot to look forward to for the Lady Vols softball team going into the winter. But before we go today, we could not forget this week's Fan of the Week.
Shannon Sharp, bringing you the Rocky Top Rundown Fan of the Week from outside of Regal Soccer Stadium. This week's fan is Jenna Smith from Port Huron, Michigan. Jenna is a freshman majoring in pharmacy with a minor in sign language. Jenna told us what it means for her to be a Vol and why she attends athletic events.
I like being part of the campus, like part of the activities. I think it's a very good way to join in part of campus. It's very nice. And you get to meet new people while you're at the events. It's fun. To be a Vol, it means to contribute to your community, kind of be involved with everything.
Woo! Jenna Smith, this week's Rocky Top Rundown, Fan of the Week.
Thanks again to our own Shannon Sharp for that, and congratulations again to Jenna Smith for being our Rocky Top Rundown Fan of the Week.
That's all we've got today. We're going to wrap things up for our episode of Rocky Top Rundown. For my co-host Hayden Flatt, I'm Matthew King, and with all of our workers behind the scenes, we want to wish you a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.